Reefing fam, what is going on? I did find this one right here. If you get one in your tank, don't worry too much about it. They look like little tentacles extended, and because these are, sorry, brain fart, baby just born, H-A-W says we don't want to see any. There she is. Oh, that was good. Do you see that? Reefing fam, what is going on? March here, Fragbox TV. Welcome back to the channel, late night edition. Why am I showing you the syringe? Because I like to come here late at night, and one of my favorite things to do is feed the corals. I'm feeding them some Vitalis mixed reef tonight. Can hammer corals eat? Absolutely. Torches, frog spawn, all that fun stuff. And sometimes as I'm feeding, the idea for a video will just come to me, and that's how today's video has come to be. I was just feeding and I caught a glimpse of some torch coral that didn't look super happy. And I remember that somebody just emailed me asking about a torch coral. He wanted to know, he just got it online, not from us. Surprisingly, he ordered it from somewhere else and wanted to know if it looked healthy. Now, people ask us all the time. They'll send us photos and videos of their corals. I had someone who bought a torch coral from somewhere in the United States. I'm not going to name the store where he got it or the retailer. It was super duper extra with pickles on top, not happy, not healthy, going to die. Did it become like that during shipping? I don't know. There were some signs in the photos that led me to believe it probably wasn't healthy to begin with and then got shipped out anyways. I'm just gonna say it. And because these are arguably one of the most popular corals right now, torch corals are hot, okay? That's like H-A-W-T, extra spicy, very hot right now. Hobbyists like them, lots of movement, very cool, different colors. Don't ask me the names. You guys know I've given up on trying to keep up with the names because they're just evolving too fast for me. But I want to talk to you about coral, not coral, sorry, brain fart. Baby just born a few days ago, haven't slept. Torch coral health, and what to look for before you buy one, because they ain't cheap. They can be quite expensive. Pieces like this one right here, again, don't ask me the name. You call it whatever you want. You want to call it mustard, yellow, sunshine, banana, butt licking torch. You call it that. Banana, hellfire, dragon, reverse soul. I don't care. Just buy the ones you like. But more importantly, buy the ones that are healthy. And how do we know that they are healthy? Only buy corals from Fragbox. No, not really. Well, I did find one that is not healthy. So I'll show you what a healthy one's supposed to look like and not a healthy one. If you've ever received an email from us, let's say you bought a coral, we may email you the day of shipping, which sucks, and tell you that the coral is not suitable for shipping. It's because whoever's shipping it, we inspect them before we send them out. And if we notice anything that doesn't look, 100%, we're not going to send it because it's not going to do the coral any justice to put it in a bag and send it. You're not going to be happy if you receive something that's unhealthy. So in some cases we have to email or even call you and say, hey, we're not sending it, can you please pick something else? Now this one appears really healthy. It's fully extended, but one way to really know, damn it, I have a really nice cut on my finger and I'm going to feel it for you guys. It's going to burn just a little bit, but I ain't no wuss. We want to see the band of tissue on the other side. So I'm going to flip it over here. And this will give us a good sign because it could be open and still not healthy. You see that white ring that's extending down the skeleton? See how it's consistent and it's coming down maybe 3/8 of an inch. It looks good. I don't see any breaks in it or any tears. This to me looks like a very healthy torch. If you're ever buying one, don't be afraid to ask the store, can I see the other side of it? I'm actually kind of glad I found this. No other store is going to do a video like this. And no other retailer is ever going to show you a pest live on camera. So I went and found this torch because this is the one that I thought, you know what? It's not looking so hot. Something's up with it. And as I turn it over, the band of tissue on this side looks okay. Here it looks a little bit thin, but I see something, and you may not be able to see it just yet, but I'm going to show you it in a second. Let's play like, Dora the Explorer. Do you see the torch-eating flatworm? Yeah, sí, señora, ahí, adentro. I see one, but these guys are quite good at camouflaging. Now, why did I say no one's going to show you this on camera? Because I like to keep it real. You know what? If I got a pest in a tank, let me show you what it looks like. I'm going to take it out, obviously, and then you can learn from the video. We'll pick up some Revive Coral Dip. I can even show you how it's gonna knock it out right now. This stuff's the best. I love Julian Sprung, love his products. I'm not paid to say this, guys. Just go and look for Revive. Okay, let's see. What's the best way I'm gonna show you? So that's another thing to look for. You can look for pests. We wanna look for the bucket that's supposed to be here. Oh, we're going to the haunted basement. Come on, come with me, take my hand. So one thing about owning a store is a bunch of staff and there's lots of moving parts, and I always try and get my staff to put stuff away back in the same spot. You know what, this will work. This will be very good. This is my cardio for the day. Okay. Tentacles extended, and we also want to see the band of flesh on the bottom. We want to see that there are no nicks, there are no tears. We don't see any maybe brown jelly. Maybe I can find some with brown jelly. They all look, I don't think we have any with brown jelly right now. I want to talk about it, but I'm waiting for Salem. He used to work at Reef Builders, if you know him. He did his, or is currently doing his master's on brown jelly. So we had like a nice long talk once in the car on the way to go make a video. And he was explaining it, and he really just changed my whole viewpoint. I used to think brown jelly was fake. Okay, I'm going back like 15 years ago. And it's not, but I was kind of right in a way, but I think I should just devote another video to brown jelly entirely. What I mean to say is we don't want to see any... There she is. Oh, that was good. Do you see that? See how that just came off? But it was like camouflaging. They look exactly like the band of tissue. See that band of tissue that goes around? It's that light beigey pink color. And look how they camouflage. It almost looks like the band of tissue itself. We keep brasses in every single tank, and they do a really good job of keeping these in control, but sometimes they make it pass. They're nothing really to be worried about. If there was one pest that I was going to get, I would say give me these. They're probably the easiest to deal with. They're quite large in terms of pests. There are other ones out there, but this one, look how chunky it is in comparison to the actual torch coral. They're really easy to knock off. So you see how I just did it with the turkey baster? You can do the same inside your tank. They never ever live if you dip them with 2 little fishies Revive. And they move slowly, they reproduce slowly, they don't make that many eggs. When they do, the eggs are super noticeable. So actually, that's a good point. I'm gonna find a way to euthanize you after, but let's see if we can find maybe any eggies. They look like little brown rings around the flesh, but I'm not seeing any. And usually you could just scrape them off with a scalpel, a razor blade, or sometimes I'll even super glue right onto them, and those eggs are not going to hatch. So super common. If you get one in your tank, don't worry all too much about it. It is a rite of passage. Show me a reef tank. You have a reef tank for long enough, you're going to have pests. Now people always say to us when I do the unboxing videos, I can't believe you're not dipping. And I have to tell you, they're stressed. They're super stressed when they come out of the bag. I've tried in the past, it will kill them. So these are my options. Dip the corals and kill them, or don't dip the corals and they live. Some of them will have pests. We deal with them after, like this. We see them, we have 5 staff, that means 10 eyes. We're constantly looking at the corals. They're in such a way that it's easy for us to isolate. You know, when we don't have rock in the tank, boom, we take it out, we dip it. I can see the underside of it. It's a little bit different when you're sticking them into, you know, an established tank like that. You glue them to the rock, then you got to take them out. It's a little bit harder. For us, very, very easy to manage and deal with pests. I found one. Maybe there's another one in here. It'll take me no more than 5 minutes to quickly scan through the torches, and you can see generally which ones are unhappy. These ones I just fed, so they kind of look like poop, plus the flow is off. So when the flow is off, they kind of droop. So they were looking good not that long ago. See one more here with a flesh band I don't really like. Right there. See how it's super, super close between the skeleton on the bottom and where the tentacles start? It's almost just a hairline of flesh. I don't like that. That would not be a good candidate for shipping. It wouldn't be a good candidate for selling. I would much rather a coral dies in our care than in your care. I don't want any of them to die, but if it's going to die, I'd much rather it's going to happen here for us than for you. Now the other really important thing for torches, water chemistry, keep your salinity in check. Get yourself a good refractometer. I'm always saying, get away from hydrometers. Forget the stupid Hanna salinity pen. I'm not even going to get into it. Get yourself one of these, or just get a very good one. We send these all over the world. You can buy them on our site, reefcasa.com. They're excellent. It's what I use to test the salt in the store. The other thing that's super duper important for torch corals, hammers, frog spawn, that whole family, that Euphilia, Fimbrophilia, is this. Get yourself a really good magnesium test kit. Make sure it's around 14 to 1500. If it's not, simply go out and get some magnesium. It's that easy to add, and I really like the magnesium test kit from Aquaforce. It's what we use in the store. And then the additives for magnesium, also Aquaforce. They offer like 4 or 5 different ways. You know, this is a convenient little liquid bottle. You want a concentrated bottle, you want to save a lot of money and you don't mind mixing it, you can get this 1 kilo bag. It's like 16 bucks. It'll make gallons of magnesium. They have a smaller version. They have 4 different things of magnesium. It's kind of nuts. They might have even one more. Never mind. They have 5. Look at this. You can get even a bucket of magnesium, so it's really, really cost effective. LPS corals in general, I find that when your mag levels are higher, you know, closer to around the 1500 mark, they just look good. They look puffy. They look happy. When they are too low, whenever I see polyp bailout, whenever you see like the literal head of a hammer torch or frog spawn fall off of the skeleton, I would bet anything that the magnesium level is lower than 1200. 1150, very, very low. That's what causes it. I would love to set up a tank here in the store to show you guys that. I just don't know how to do it. So if we have any chemists out there that are watching, how to remove only magnesium from the water column so that I could set up like a little tank on its own, have super low magnesium, throw in some torch and hammer, and just record like obsessively and try and nail down what is the number. At what point does polyp bailout happen? But I need to figure out a way to only reduce the magnesium in a tank. I guess I could just fill it up with a bunch of these and it's going to happen eventually, unless someone out there has an easier idea. Look for those things before you buy a torch. Look for pests. See if you can see the bottom, if you can see the flesh band. Look for eggies, if you see any eggs, and never buy if you see any nicks on the actual skeleton. If you're not a very experienced hobbyist, probably not going to live. We did have some crazy torches in our $10 section this week, but we sell them with a disclaimer. Why are they $10? I don't think that they're very healthy. We call them save me pieces. If you want to take a chance, it's 10 bucks. You know, sometimes you get lucky and you can nurse the thing back to health. If not, you know, at least you tried your best to save a coral, and it's a very honorable endeavor. What am I going to do with that flatworm that's in that bucket? I haven't decided yet. I'm going to euthanize it off camera in a humane way, because we don't ever want to kill anything if we don't have to. He's alive. He just wants to do his thing. I like pasta and pizza, and he likes torch corals and hammers. So we have to euthanize them and treat even the pests with respect, because not a lot of times, I think that we are the pests. What does that mean? It means he was fine living in the ocean, eating all the torch corals, which there are millions of, and now he's living in Canada in an aquarium, and we took him out of there. So really, at the end of the day, who is the pest? Before we get any more philosophical, I'm going to cut this video off and say thank you for watching, and hope to see you guys back here on the next episode of Frank Blocks TV. Bye for now.